She scolded him for stealing sips for 4 days straight. He had never once wanted a taste of anything from that cup. Guinevere Fairweather Ose washed every dish in her house by hand each night and prided herself on never letting anything sit uncleaned in the sink. So when their golden retriever, Percy, started nosing 2-year-old Marisol's favorite sippy cup away from her at the start of every meal, Guinevere assumed he'd simply developed a habit of trying to steal a sip of her milk for himself. She'd correct him firmly each time, hand the cup back to Marisol, and think nothing more of it. That detail would matter. She didn't clock it yet. By the second day, Percy's nosing had turned more deliberate. He wasn't licking at the spout the way a dog stealing a taste would. He was pushing the entire cup away from Marisol's reach, sometimes even picking it up gently in his mouth and carrying it a few feet away before setting it down. Her husband, Thaddeus, noticed it and said what Guinevere hadn't wanted to consider. "That's not him wanting a sip. He's removing it entirely. Look how careful he is with it." Guinevere, confident in her spotless dishwashing habits, brushed it off. Percy had always been food-motivated, she reasoned, and this felt like nothing more than an escalating version of ordinary counter-surfing behavior. Third day, with Percy carrying the cup fully out of the kitchen before Marisol could take a single sip, Guinevere finally examined it closely instead of simply refilling it and handing it back. Unscrewing the valve for the first time in longer than she wanted to admit, she found a faint but unmistakable ring of mold growing inside the straw mechanism. Hidden from view during normal use and easy to miss during a quick hand wash that didn't fully disassemble the cup. She threw the cup out immediately and disassembled every other sippy cup in the house for a proper deep clean, disturbed by how long the hidden mold might have been building without anyone noticing. She mentioned it to Marisol's pediatrician at a routine visit that week, more out of concern than any specific symptom. The doctor confirmed that sippy cup valves and straws were notoriously easy to underclean, and that mold exposure through repeated use could cause anything from mild stomach upset to more concerning reactions depending on exposure. "It's one of those hidden spots parents don't think to check as often as they should," the doctor said. "Good thing something drew your attention to that particular cup." Guinevere sat at her kitchen table that evening, with every sippy cup in the house laid out in pieces before her, Percy's nosing, then his careful removal of the cup entirely, day after day. Not a stolen taste. Nightly hand-washing, thorough as it was, had missed a hidden mold problem her own dog had apparently detected by scent alone. The gentleness with which he carried it away, rather than simply grabbing at it. Not counter-surfing. A dog quietly and persistently removing something he understood needed removing. If you love stories about what animals notice before we do, subscribe. When Animals Act posts a new one every week. Marisol has a rotation of freshly disassembled, thoroughly cleaned cups now, checked weekly without fail. Percy stopped interfering with mealtime entirely once the old cup was gone. Task quietly finished. Has your dog ever taken something away from your child for a reason you didn't understand until later? Tell us in the comments below. These stories deserve to be heard. If this story mattered to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Next week's story is about 2 ball dogs who refused to let a toddler near a puddle that looked like nothing more than rainwater.